Space travel is remembered as one of the greatest triumphs in human history. Events such as Yuri Gagarin's launch into space in 1961, Neil Armstrong's first steps on the moon, and the unveiling of the universe's secrets by the Hubble telescope prove that our dreams about the sky have become a reality. While these victories inspire millions, the hidden side of this journey often goes unseen. Space is not only a stage for discoveries but also for painful losses and silent tragedies. As humanity reaches for the sky, we must not forget the heroes who paid the price. In the late 1950s, the Soviet Union rushed and took risks with tests to get ahead in the space race. On October 24, 1960, a terrible disaster occurred during the R-16 missile test at the Baikonur Cosmodrome. During refueling, a critical mistake triggered a chain explosion, and according to official records, 126 people lost their lives. The blast affected engineers, technicians, and soldiers, and was so severe that those at the rocket pad were engulfed in flames within seconds. The Soviets hid the extent of the event for years, so the outside world only learned about it much later. This tragedy was the first to reveal how heavy the price was behind the success of the space program. After 1961, both the US and the Soviets rapidly focused on manned space flights. However, training accidents also contributed to hidden costs in this process. Soviet cosmonaut candidate Valentin Bondarenko lost his life in a fire in a high-pressure chamber. NASA also lost pilots during training flights. These accidents showed that space travel poses deadly risks not only during launches and missions, but also in the preparation phase. On January 27, 1967, tragedy struck during the first crewed flight of the U.S. Apollo program. Apollo 1 crew members Gus Grissom, Ed White, and Roger Chaffee were inside the capsule during a ground test at Cape Kennedy. The capsule was filled with pure oxygen at 1.5 times normal atmospheric pressure. A short circuit in the electrical system started a fire in the cabin, and within seconds, flames engulfed the entire capsule. The astronauts couldn't open the hatch and died from smoke inhalation. The Apollo 1 disaster deeply shook NASA and forced a complete overhaul of safety protocols. The capsules used in later missions were redesigned against fire risks. This loss became a historic marker of the price paid to reach the moon safely. That same year, another tragedy struck the Soviet Union during the Soyuz 1 mission with the death of Vladimir Komarov. Komarov was an experienced cosmonaut, and it was known before the flight that the capsule had technical problems. Solar panels didn't open, electrical systems failed, and control was lost. Komarov orbited Earth 19 times, but during re-entry the parachute did not deploy, and Soyuz 1 crashed rapidly into the ground. Komarov became the first person to die on a space mission. His sacrifice became a symbol of a tragedy born of political pressure and technical neglect. In 1971, the Soyuz 11 crew, Georgy Dobrovolsky, Viktor Patsayev, and Vladislav Volkov, executed a long-term mission aboard Salyut 1. They conducted research in orbit for 23 days. During return, a cabin valve malfunctioned and the pressure dropped suddenly. As the cosmonauts were not wearing suits, they lost consciousness within seconds and were found lifeless inside the capsule, which landed safely on Earth. Soyuz 11 remains the only crew to die outside Earth's atmosphere. This incident highlighted the necessity of spacesuits and the importance of safe return to Earth. 1986 witnessed one of the most dramatic moments in manned spaceflight. On January 28th, as the Challenger space shuttle launched from Florida, millions watched on television. For the first time, a teacher, Krista McAuliffe, was on board, and the mission held great public significance. However, during launch, O-ring seals lost elasticity due to cold weather. The resulting leak in the fuel tank caused an immediate explosion, and just 73 seconds after liftoff, Challenger disintegrated in the sky. None of the 7 crew members survived. The Challenger disaster reshaped NASA's safety culture, dramatically demonstrating the importance of risk analysis in manned missions. In 2003, after completing a 16-day mission, the Columbia Space Shuttle met a tragic end during its return to Earth. Insulation foam that detached from the fuel tank during launch struck the wing's thermal protection panels, causing what appeared to be minor damage. During re-entry, plasma gases penetrated the capsule through the wing opening. The heat protection system failed, and Columbia disintegrated in the sky. All 7 astronauts on board died. Columbia became one of the heaviest blows of the modern space age and caused NASA to suspend manned spaceflights for a long time. Beyond these tragedies, training and test accidents must also not be forgotten. The Soviets and NASA lost many astronauts during rocket tests, simulator sessions, and training flights. The Soyuz T-10 launch fire resulted from the rocket catching fire just seconds before liftoff, and the crew was saved thanks to the emergency escape system. However, the pilots and technicians lost during training represent the hidden cost of space travel. These accidents reveal the human loss behind technological achievement. In space travel, every loss became a building block for advancing technology and safety measures. Komarov's death led to improvements in parachute systems. Soyuz 11's unpressurized cabin made spacesuits mandatory. The Challenger and Columbia disasters fundamentally changed the risk analysis and safety culture of NASA and other space agencies. Humanity reaches for the sky with pride and pain. Yet, if lessons are learned from this pain, it forms the foundation for new successes. Today, space travel is not just about science and exploration, but also remembering the greatest sacrifices in human history. As we look to the sky, behind every star lies the silent sacrifice of heroes who once gave their lives. They paid the highest price to turn humanity's dreams into reality. And as we follow each new mission, their memory lights our way like a beacon shining among the stars. The doors to space were opened thanks to the silent sacrifices of these heroes. Every achievement is built upon their legacy, and everyone who gazes at the sky continues to keep their memory alive. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share your thoughts in the comments as we shed light on the unknown costs and heroes of space travel. Which event do you think was the most impactful in manned space missions? We're waiting for your ideas.